हेलो फ्रेंड्स, केजी क्लासेस में आपका स्वागत है। आज हम आपको रॉबर्ट ब्राउनिंग की लाइफ और वर्क के बारे में बताएंगे। रॉबर्ट ब्राउनिंग का जो लाइफ सर्कल है 1812 टू 1889। फर्स्ट पॉइंट है लाइफ एंड वर्क्स। Born at Camberwell on May 7, 1812, Robert Browning was the only son of a clerk in the Bank of England, a highly gifted intellectual man of fine character who recognized his son's genius and encouraged him to dedicate himself to literature. Browning's mother was of mixed German and Scotch descent, from whom the poet inherited some of his moral ear- earnestness and Nordic strength of intellect. The poem's parents were dissenters, a circumstances which included him from public school and the universities. His education was therefore almost wholly private, but throughoutly classical. He not only amassed a vast learning but also became proficient in music and later in life took up clay modeling. Physical accomplishments were not neglected either, and he could ride, fence, box and dance well. इनका एजुकेशन, Robert Browning grew up in the comparatively rural parish. His mother was a Scotch. Till the age of 14, he remained at a school for young gentlemen run by a Mr. Reddy at Pockham, after which he was placed under the care of a private tutor. When he was 17, he went to a turn to a Greek class at University College, Gower Street. The systematic use of his father's admirable library was probably the most important factor in the poet's early education. While still a boy, he read the great Elizabethan and Byron with special delight, and when he was only 14, his good, loving, religious-minded mother brought him from London at his request the works of Shelley, adding at the suggestion of a bookseller those of Keats' poets whose fame does not appear to have previously penetrated into the rustic retreat of Camberwell and Peckham. His foreign tour and marriage. In 1834, Browning visited Russia, riding some 1500 miles during the tour. During his first visit to Italy 1838, he came under the influence of Venice, an influence which was to prove him permanent, and interest in the poems of Elizabethan Barrett refined into love, and as her father refused consent to their union, they married secretly September 1846 and eloped to Italy. Mrs. Browning was 6 years older than her husband. Life after marriage. The period following his marriage was the happiest and most fruitful from the point of view of poetry in Browning's life. His genius blossomed out under the influence of happy love and Italian climate and art. They stayed on in Italy till Mrs. Browning's death in 1861. Her death was a great shock to him, but Browning always disliked display of sentiment. He returned to London and devoted himself to the education of his son. The great healer time softened his grief, and Browning became a constant figure in London society. That Tennyson quipped, "Browning will die in a white lie." Public recognition and death. Public recognition came rather led to Browning. In 1860, his publisher sold not a single copy of his poem in 6 months, but in 1871, 1400 copies of Prime Honestial Suchwagen were sold within 5 days of its publication. In 1899, Browning had gone on a visit to Italy where his son had settled as an artist. In November, he was taken ill and died in Venice. His son had just read the telegram from the publisher announcing the triumphant success of Asolando when the brave and noble old man fell into his last sleep on the night of December 12, 1889. Before that, Browning's later life was spent chiefly in London, with usually 1 or 2 trips to France or Italy every year. He was the center of an admiring group of friends and an adoring crowd of disciples, and he enjoyed with dignity and self-respect the homages offered to him. Like his friends Tennyson, he had not to pain the feeling that his force was abated. Both had the secret of renewing their youth. His main work, Pauline 1833, Paracelsus 1835, Stafford 1837, Sordello 1840, Bells and Pomegranates 1846, Pippa Passes 1841, King Victor and King Charles 1842, Dramatic Lyrics 1842, Dramatic Romance and Lyrics 1845, Men and Women 1855, Fra Lippi Andrea del Sarto, Dramatist Persone 1864, The Ring and the Book 1869, Certain People of Importance in Their Day 1887, Asolando 1889. Thanks.